Hi, this is Southern Mama Bear. Welcome back to my channel. Please like and subscribe, comment down below. Um, in this video, I want to talk about breastfeeding because people are becoming more aware, women are becoming more aware and more educated about the benefits of breastfeeding. So I just want to go over a few pointers because I know that there are some drawbacks that can happen along the way, and here's some tips to make your journey a successful one. I have 4 children. My first journey with my first son ended abruptly because I kept getting mastitis. I wasn't fully draining my breast after he would feed, and I just got engorged. I stayed with the fever. I had to take antibiotics. It was just best that I quit breastfeeding so I can bottle fed, and that wasn't any easier. Like, I had to sterilize bottles. I tried a few formulas, they didn't work. So he was really gassy. It was like a horrible experience, all in all. I really regret quitting, but I felt like I had no choice. So, one thing I want to say, if this is your first time breastfeeding, never breastfed before, it's not supposed to be painful, but it is a little uncomfortable just because, your nipples aren't used to being latched on or bitten, or I wouldn't say bitten because hopefully they don't start to bite, but it does happen sometimes when they start to grow teeth, but that's another story. Anyway, what you want to do in the beginning is you want to make sure your breasts stay drained. Like, you don't want them hard and engorged, and in the first few weeks you will experience engorgement. It's just your body in producing the milk. It's kind of an overproduction at the time, but if you feed on demand, your body will synchronize with the baby and you won't get all the engorgement. I feed on demand. I don't even need a pump anymore. In the first couple of weeks, when I did experience engorgement, I had to pump even after feeding her because my boobs were so hard, but that does go away as you continue to breastfeed. And you also don't want to pump too much unless you have a lack of supply of milk, saying your body's not making enough. You might want to amp it up, so even when she's not feeding, you might have to pump more than what the child is feeding, she is feeding. So I also want to say, when you're engorged, you want to massage your breast. That helps with milk production as well, stimulating your milk glands. You want to go on a circular motion all around your breast. Make sure there's no hardness or lumps. Hot towels work. Hot showers help. If you don't want to get in the shower, you can just put a hot towel. They have these little gel pads that you can buy for your breast and heat them in the microwave and place them on your boobs. That helps also. Go to the doctor if you experience any type of fever or anything. A low-grade fever usually means plugged up. If it doesn't go away in 24 hours, call your doctor. A higher degree of fever usually suggests mastitis, so you might want to get checked out. Just the doctor and nurse can give you pointers on what to do so that doesn't happen again. Like I said, that happened tons of times with my first child. It was to the point that I had to quit because I was on antibiotics the entire time. Like I said, make sure you feed your baby often and on demand. That way you don't have an oversupply or an undersupply. Your body will sync with your baby. And unless she misses a feeding, my breasts aren't engorged at all. And if I am engorged, I feed her and it goes away. If there's anything that's left over that's making me uncomfortable, I will pump it out. It's best too, when you first start breastfeeding, to have a breast pump just in case. You might need it because of engorgement or because you might want to bottle feed your breast milk or anything. But it is always better to just to baby, always. To me, it's easier to breastfeed than to bottle feed, because like I said, with bottle feeding, you have to worry about sterilizing. Sometimes you have to worry about the quality of the water. You have to boil water or buy water, and sometimes there can be an inconvenience. When you run out of formula, you have to go buy it. Your breasts are always at home. You're always usually with your baby. Like, you know, if your baby's hungry, you don't have to go walk in the kitchen, make a bottle, shake it up, heat it up. You know, your breast is there for a purpose, and it's there to feed your baby. It's the best milk for your baby. Nobody's breast milk is the same. It's specifically designed for your baby. There is a pyramid of benefits, of properties that's in breast milk that's not in formula, you know. So I don't knock women that do formula feed, because like I said, with my first, after 3 months, I gave up and I bottle fed, and he's very gifted. He is very smart. But sometimes it don't work out, and there's different reasons why it don't work out. But like I said, try to get as much information that you need to make breastfeeding easier for you and your baby. Milk bags is another thing that you might need along with a breast pump, whether it's a manual, the one you pull or squeeze, and or an electric, which is pretty much you put it on your breast and it does the work for you. Depending on your nipple size, you might need a different type of what's called a flange, or the cup that goes over your breast. I have larger boobs, so I need a larger flange, or nipples. I have larger nipples, so I need a larger flange. So anyway, like I said, you can go find information on what breast pump you would like if that's what you want to do, or you can just squeeze your breast until the milk comes out. I prefer to do that because it's easier and I don't have to worry about, you know, the pumps and all of that. I don't deal with that anymore. So here is Elmo. I looked everywhere because I didn't want to take out my breast and, you know, give a demonstration, because I don't know. To me, that just seems a little inappropriate. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I would breastfeed, but I don't want to show my nipple and everything. So I looked all around the kids' room, and I'm like, what looks like the most like a breast? And all the dolls were like this. So I couldn't demonstrate with a regular baby doll, so I had to get Elmo because his mouth is like slightly open. So what you want to do is, this is for proper latch. You want to make sure your baby is properly latched to the breast. So this is my breast and this is my baby. I don't know if you can see, but this is my baby, and this is my breast, and this is the baby, and that's the nipple. So the baby's mouth is open, ready to take the breast, but it keeps biting down on that nipple. And I was like, no, you don't want that. You want the baby's lips to be flared over the breast. You want the lips to be, like I said, frayed, almost like this. You can see that. Yeah, I know it looks silly, but that's what the look that you would want, to let you know that your baby is properly latched to your breast. So you want to take your breast, slightly squeeze the nipple like this, kind of pull it up, because you want the baby to open its mouth wide. So you put the breast, you kind of put the breast on the lower lip, meanwhile squeezing your nipple and pulling it towards his upper lip. So that way it forces him to open his mouth wider and, you know, put more of the breast in his mouth. So I don't know if you see that. You don't want this where it's on the just the nipple, because that will cause a lot of friction and irritation. You want his mouth to be more so like that. So that's the best demonstration I can do. I'm sorry. Also, I want to talk about nipple creams like lanolin or linolen. lanolin, I don't know, whatever, nipple butters. It helps a lot if you're experiencing chafeness or soreness of your breast, to keep that cream on there. That helps a lot. So hopefully these tips were great for you. Like I said, the things that you would mostly need for breastfeeding is a breast pump, hot or cold compresses for your breasts. A breastfeeding pillow also helps a lot. If you can go to Babies R Us, they sell them, or just a nice fluffy pillow. Don't have to be a breastfeeding pillow, but you know, just any type of big fluffy pillow to help you hold your baby so your back is nice and straight and you're not slumped over. You know, proper posture is another thing that'll help you in your journey. And cream, lanolin cream, anything. And like I said, just in case you might get a low-grade fever, you shouldn't, you know, hopefully you don't. Have some Tylenol or something on hand. Make sure, drink plenty of water. Also drink plenty of water, make sure you're hydrated. And it's the greatest thing you can do for your baby. To even say that you're considering breastfeeding says a lot about you as a mother. And you know, it doesn't mean that you're a horrible person if it don't work out. So I just gave you my pointers that helped me. Thank you. Bye. Come back.